everything added up to being more intentional with the students. And that led to our exciting hire of Dave Van Kooten. Dave took the role of Director of Mentorship, where he is going to be leading, appreciating, and coordinating our mentor team, our very valuable mentor team.
Well, and on that note too, one of the coolest things about Organized Chaos is the level of care that each one of the mentors has for the students. I think Sean mentioned that they built these relationships up. They've established long-term, real relationships, and I'm just happy to be a part of what's going on at Organized Chaos, being able to push and motivate and be able to move these men and women forward as they continue to teach the youth about skills, but also to help the mentors realize and understand their role in teaching the gospel message. Man, has it been a privilege getting to know all of the mentors here. I've been like a fly on the wall the last 3 weeks during the shop. I've been able to get to know all of the different mentors, trying to see who they are, their styles in teaching, and the way that they kind of relate to their youth. I really liked going in on Mondays, watching them frame up a shed. You got Gord cutting birds' mouths, teaching it. He's the kind of guy who's able to patiently explain what he wants done and to do it in such a way that the youth get it. You got Jacob, who is kind of the life of the party. He's yelling across the shop. He's making jokes, but he gets down to work. And these kids really, the youth really love his enthusiasm. Sam, I haven't gotten to know him fully yet, but he's dedicated. I can see that he's working hard. He's behind the camera right now. I really appreciate all the work he's done in getting these videos together. It's been a privilege getting to know all of those guys so far. Tuesday, you get to see all of the intricate stuff that they're building. You've got OK Create. You got Dave Dreger working. He's teaching wood turning. He has been helpful to me. He's actually taught me a little bit more about the skills that are involved with wood turning. He is a teacher at heart. Basically, he gives of his time for the ability to teach youth and even young men like myself a little bit more about what is interesting to him, but he's sold out for the gospel message, and it's been awesome to see him interact and share about his life. Reg has also been involved in teaching the electrical. He teaches at Conestoga now even too, but he has been involved with teaching these youth a little bit more about how to wire up a house with the help of Andrew as well. And those two have been able to work together to bring the youth to past superficiality into real conversations. Bruce is the kind of guy that is trying to give these youth skills that they can hold on to and allow them to build things that they can see, practical things that they can use in their own lives, as well as things around the shop that might actually, they can point to and say, hey, I created that, I made that, and it's helping all of these people out. I look at all of the guys, Wednesdays, that weird kind of meld of auto and carpentry. And I've seen Will, he's a stand-up guy. I was chatting with him even before I started work here, and he is the kind of guy who is able to easily teach skills, but also sit down in a car and get to know the youth that he's mentoring. Even taking time away from the busy schedule that they have, the things that they're trying to take out of the car, the new parts they're trying to put in, he's okay with just sitting down and just starting a conversation. Randy has been involved. Randy David has been an active participant in it too. He is basically there to help Will as an assistant, but also he's there as someone who is humble and willing to build into the lives of these youth. Randy Senior, he's a guy who's sought out for the gospel, sold out completely, wants to teach the youth and to be a part of their lives. He is the kind of guy who will sit and talk and share about his own life, sharing the things that he struggled through, the things that he's gone through, but also pointing it back at his own faith and how he's been changed and transformed through the power of the gospel. And you got Dave Tuttle too. He is, at first he's a little bit intimidating. He's got the giant beard, he's so knowledgeable, he knows what he's talking about, but I've seen him on break get to talking with the youth and asking them about a little bit about what's going on at school with the changes, being with going from having multiple classes down to one class. He's dedicated in his way of caring for the youth and trying to be a part of their lives. Larry is a skilled craftsman. I've seen his work. He does amazing work, by the way. He's got a dresser inside of Organized Chaos that I've looked at every time, and I'm drooling at it because I almost want to get it myself. Larry reaches these kids. He builds these relationships with the kids too. Brian is trying to teach them a little bit more about the different intricate carpentry skills. For example, he's building this chair setup, something that he saw at about 40 years ago, something that he made a sample of, and he's teaching the youth how to make it themselves. They were turning pennies into corrosive resistant washers the other day, and it was actually a really cool thing. I had never known that you could do that. I didn't even know people who still had pennies because they're all gone now. But Thursday, those guys at the wood shop, they're also turning out different intricate things. You got Ted, who is, well, when I've seen him, he's been the life of the party. He chats, he talks, he's also teaching at Conestoga, so he was telling me all about the different ways he's building the life of young men, which is also applicable to the ways that he's building into the youth that are there. Dave Hislop is a part of, I don't know, I've seen him. Dave is a cool guy because he's down to earth, humble. He's able to chat with the students that are working with him. I saw them build a Muskoka chair up here. Not an Adirondack chair, a Muskoka chair. But I saw him do that and teach these skills, and he was able to lead and instruct them, but he also kind of asked them what they wanted to do and push them forward, getting them to use the bandsaw, and it was great. Don Thompson's another guy that is playing a role in the youth's lives. Unfortunately, Don has kind of stepped back from Organized Chaos, but he's still playing a role in the two youth's lives that he's a part of. He actually hired one over the summer, and she was able to help him with the things that he does, so he's an engraver. And it's a really neat story. If you ever get the chance, talk to him about it. Antal and Lisa at the auto shop, those two are solid, sold-out believers in Jesus, and hearing them talk about their faith and talk about the experiences they've gone through in their lives is actually something that's inspired my own faith too. Antal will be there. He'll be talking about his struggles, how God has kind of changed him, and it's really reassuring to see him and his own journey. We got Alistair, who has been working with a student named Ben, who has been actively a part of his life. Unfortunately, Ben hasn't come back, but he is still going to be involved with OK, and I've seen him. I actually met him for the first time on Thursday, and he has a passion and a skill, or a passion to teach these youth a specific skill in body work. And last mentor I want to kind of highlight is Caleb Haynes. He's been working at Ford, but he's actually giving of his time to come in and spend time with the youth. He's been able to actually break down, I think he said it best last Thursday. He's trying to go from the superficiality that normally comes about in youth group meetings to being able to stoke conversation that's real and to create real relationships. In fact, you guys will probably hear about his relationship with his youth, Isaac. Those two it's cool to be around them as they work on the cars and they chat and they talk about, the latest game or something that Isaac enjoys playing. Caleb has been able to kind of build this bridge between Isaac and himself. And I think he's been doing a great job. Like I said at the beginning, the mentors are top-notch in what they do. These men and women are building into the lives of these youth. They're taking time out of their day to spend time with them. And although we have no idea what tomorrow is going to bring, that's all in the hands of God. I know that these mentors are going to continue those relationships, continue to build into the youth. I think it's awesome what they did over the summer with Zoom. I think it's awesome that they continue to have those relationships, and whatever comes about this next year, these men and women are going to be sold out for teaching these youth, and they're also going to be sold out on bringing these youth to see Jesus as their Lord and Savior. I can't think of a better group of men and women, and I've served in different ministry capacities before, and these volunteers are top-notch in their fire, in their passion, in their ability to teach and lead. And I'm looking forward to what the year brings.